Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. Today I have something really special and unique for you guys. I've got the MW08 earbuds from Master Dynamic for testing, so that's what's on the menu today. And even though I got the buds for this review from the manufacturer, no money exchanged hands, so as always you can expect an honest opinion from me without any influence from anybody. And these buds are so refreshingly different from everything else I've tested recently that I can't wait to share all the exciting details with you. The Master Dynamic MW08 offer unique solutions in almost all aspects I usually test on earbuds, their design being one of the most obvious in that regard. Forget all the plastic fantastic designs you are used to seeing on cheaper buds, because all we get here is high quality, premium materials and second to none build quality. The outer shell of the earbuds is made of high gloss ceramic, which is promised to be ultra durable. I cannot really say whether it's true or not after only a couple of weeks of use, but one thing is for sure, it looks amazing. There are no scratch marks either after some heavy use, so probably it will deliver on the durability front too. The ceramic cover has an external aluminum antenna around it for better signal strength. So it's not only functional, but it looks sleek too. It's truly a design masterpiece. The fit of the buds is fine in my ears, not super secure, but okay, and there are 5 sets of higher than average quality ear tips in the box to make sure you can get a good fit too. The buds themselves are not particularly small, and they are actually heavier than most true wireless earbuds I tested before, as they weigh almost 9 grams each. So that's one of the reasons why the fit is only okay, or at least it is in my ears. And the other reason why you might not get a super tight fit is that the buds don't go all the way inside your ear canals. However, this fact does have its own benefits, as in I found wearing the buds really comfortable. There were no hot spots or extra pressure in my ears. We get an IPX5 rating, which makes the buds resistant to sweat and rain, but I don't think these earbuds are meant to be used for exercise for reasons I just talked about. The previous model, the MW07, had an exercise-specific version with rubber ear fins and a more lightweight construction for a more secure fit, so we might see something like that in the future with the MW08 too. Of course, the buds can handle walking around outside and commuting with ease, and you can do any of these things all day long without having to worry about the buds dying on you, because the battery can last up to 12 hours with one charge. That's with ANC off, but even if you turn on the active noise cancelling, you can still get 10 hours of playtime. That's quite a solid battery life. And there is an extra 30 hours of charge in the case, making the total playtime 42 hours with ANC off and around 35 hours with ANC on. Charging the buds to 50% takes only 15 minutes in the case, and in 45 minutes the buds can be fully charged and ready to go for another 10 to 12 hours. The case itself can be fully charged in 60 minutes, which gives you a full week of all-day use. This is an impressive performance indeed. Qi wireless charging compatibility is becoming more of a must-have in this class these days, or in any class for that matter, but the MW08 do not come with this feature for whatever reason, so that's something you might want to keep in mind before you drop $300 on your next pair of earbuds. But if you want to get your hands on the most impressive case I've ever seen, then you have to go with the MW08. The case is made of stainless steel, which adds a substantial weight to the whole package, but there is something beautiful about the robust build, the minimalistic look and the cold-to-touch feeling of this case. And when you pick it up, you instantly know that you have something truly special in your hands. It screams quality. The lid locks in place when fully open, and it closes firmly too. There are 3 battery status LEDs on the front and the USB-C port on the side. In spite of the hefty weight, the general footprint of the case is rather small, and you can easily call it pocket-friendly, so the weight itself does not become a burden at all. Plus you get a thick, high-quality canvas pouch in which the case can stay well protected even at the bottom of a handbag with your keys around in it. Moving on to Exhibit 2 of special features, let's talk about connection. There is Bluetooth 5.2 on board, but that's not the only fact that makes these buds interesting. It's the compatibility with the aptX Adaptive codec beside the usual SBC and AAC. aptX Adaptive can dynamically change the latency and the bitrate of your stream depending on whether you are listening to music, watching a movie or playing a game. But it can also lower the bitrate to maintain the stability of your Bluetooth connection as well if you are in an environment busy with wireless signals. Or at least that's what Qualcomm claims their codec can do, and I didn't notice any problems with connection stability or signal strength whatsoever, so it must be true. And of course, pairing is quick and easy as expected. I found zero lag with watching movies, and games are pretty well playable too. Single bud mode is on the spec list as well, and it works seamlessly without even pausing music when switching between the two buds most of the time. Phone call quality is decent with natural sounding voices and low distortion, but my voice could be a bit louder. If you turn on some noise on the speakers behind me, then you can probably hear that the triple mic array on each bud struggles a little with cancelling out the surrounding noise, and it affects the intelligibility of my voice. For your reference, this is what the cafe interior noise sounds like through the Rode NTG5 microphone. And this is what the traffic noise sounds like before switching over to the mic on the MW08, which do a better job with street noise, but that's somewhat expected as most other earbuds handle this sort of noise better than human voices in a room such as a coffee shop. So this was the mic test of the Master Dynamic MW08. Next up on the list of different or unique solutions are the controls. Going against the growing popularity of touch controls, Master Dynamic decided to stick with traditional physical buttons. They placed the multifunctional button and the volume rocker on the top edge of the right and the left bud respectively. Between the two, you can control play, pause, track forward and backward, volume up and down, phone calls, the voice assistant and ambient modes. So these are hardware buttons and there is no way to customize their functionality in the app, but there is no need to, everything works perfectly fine. If there is something I don't like is that the feedback of the buttons could be a bit more tactile, but reaction times are fast enough so you don't have time to wonder if you actually hit the button properly or not. And the one thing I really like about the buttons is their placement on the top of the buds, which means that you don't have to push the buds further inside your ear canal every time you press them. And beside the full functionality of the controls, you also get autoplay pause, so if you take either of the buds out of your ears, the music playback will pause, and it only resumes when you put them back in. If you don't like this feature, you can always turn it off inside the Master Dynamic app. The app, which lacks some other basic features, such as an EQ or the custom controls, but there are the ambient sound controls for you to play with. More about the ANC and how it works in a minute, but let me quickly go through the rest of the functions inside the app first. And it's going to be quicker than you might think. Now, there is an auto off timer, so you can tell the buds when to switch off when not in use to save some battery life. And basically, that's it. Sure, you get your quick start guides and software updates, but nothing else really in terms of setting up and tailoring the functionality of your earbuds. The only thing you can actually customize is the ANC, so let's see what it can do next. So the active noise cancellation has multiple settings, all of which are available through the app. There is the ANC off, ANC on, and the ambient mode. Within ANC, you can choose between maximum strength and all-day ANC. At the max setting, the buds can cancel out most of the low-frequency rumbles and traffic noise. According to my measurements, where I plugged the buds in my mini DSP headphone testing rig and played airplane cabin noise at around 85 decibels, turning on the ANC resulted in a 17 to 18 decibels of attenuation. When walking around on the street, I felt like I was getting a sufficient amount of noise cancellation too. When it comes to ambient chatter and human voices, the ANC doesn't do much, to be honest, regardless of which mode you use, max or all day. With the more static low-frequency noise, you can notice more of a difference between the two modes, but not here. Ambient mode has two settings as well, voice and awareness. Both sound natural without too much hiss and over-amplified noise getting through. The voice setting focuses on human voices supporting you in having a conversation with the buds in your ears, but turning it on does not lower the volume of your music, so it only works at low volumes. Pausing your music might be necessary if you really want to talk to someone. But the awareness mode does indeed improve your awareness of your surroundings, making your evening walks more safe. I heard better ANC performance in this price range, and it's clearly not as good as the ANC on the Bose QC earbuds, for example, but at the end of the day it delivers the minimum of what's required and it's somewhat customizable too. If there is one thing I liked, is how the MW08 handles wind noise. Even though you don't get a wind noise reduction option in the app, thanks to the placement of the mics, which are on the back of the buds, wind noise is much less prominent and more pleasant than in most cases with other earbuds, such as the Samsung Galaxy Buds Pro or the Sony WF-1000X Mark III, both of which produce horrible wind noise. And now we get to discuss the real highlight of these earbuds, and that's their sound. To continue the list of premium materials such as ceramic and stainless steel, there are 11mm beryllium drivers in the earbuds. And compared to what we used to have in the MW07, that's 1mm bigger. And the sound is dynamic and crystal clear. These buds are not super loud, but loud enough for most people for sure. The bass is lean, it is fast, accurate and punchy, and it does not bleed into the mid-range, which results in better clarity. There is no sign of bloat or muddiness in the sound. Vocals are just as rich and sweet as I like them to be, but a bit more forwardness could improve their presence even a bit further. The highs are detailed enough, but the hard edges are rounded off ever so slightly, so there is no sign of any harshness, and that's always a good trait to have. The sound is a bit on the warm side of neutral, and it's well focused with good imaging. Separation between the different elements of the music could be more pronounced, and the soundstage could be just a hair wider maybe, but as a whole I love the sound of the MW08 because it hits almost all the sweet spots as far as my musical taste goes. And going through the full list of my favorite test songs, I simply could not throw anything at these buds which would not sound excellent and utterly enjoyable regardless of genre, so I just kept on listening without paying attention to the details too much. And at that point I knew we were gonna be great friends, these buds and I. But to wrap it all up, let's see what we got here once again. We have a refreshingly unique design with premium materials inside and out. Ceramic, aluminium, beryllium, stainless steel, and even the plastics used here feel and look premium. So build quality is exceptional, comfort is first class, battery life is outstanding, controls are superb, connection is excellent, sound is wonderful, and I'm running out of similar adjectives now. However, phone call quality, the fit, and the smartphone app and the active noise cancelling come to my rescue by being only decent. Not bad, but not on par with the rest for sure. But if you are like me, then you won't really mind these at all, because there are so many aspects of the Master Dynamic MW08 in which they deliver a top of the class performance that it makes them a good choice even for €299, dollars or pounds. I know for this kind of money you would expect pure perfection, but let me assure you, that thing doesn't exist. However, in most aspects that are important to me, these might be a step closer to it than most of their rivals, while in some others there is room for improvement for sure. But again, as always, that's just me, my preferences and my personal opinion. There are so many great offerings in the premium segment of true wireless earbuds, but Master Dynamic certainly made a strong statement with the MW08, which is worthy of anyone's attention. They might not have all the bells and whistles, but if you want pure quality and a pair of truly unique earbuds, then you will love the MW08. So this was my review of the latest and greatest buds from Master Dynamic. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. You know that all questions and opinions are welcome on this channel, so leave a comment down below. Have a great day everyone, and thank you for watching. See you next time.